Throughout history, weapons have played a pivotal role in conflict and crime, evolving with mankind itself. Today we explore the intriguing journey of weapons, from the forged metal of swords to the gunpowder-powered firearms that have revolutionized the landscape of crime and warfare. Let us begin our journey in ancient times, where the sword reigned supreme. Swords were not merely tools of warfare. They symbolized power, authority, and the artistry of their makers. From the swift and elegant katana of Japan to the formidable broadsword of medieval Europe, these blades were crafted with precision, demanding skill both in their forging and their wielding. During their reign, swords dictated the outcomes of battles and formed the backbones of cultures, oftentimes carrying the weight of a warrior's honor alongside their deadly edge. They were the tools of knights, samurai, and conquerors, each cut and thrust shaping the era in which they existed. However, as humanity marched forward, so did the thirst for more efficient means of dominance and protection. Enter the age of firearms, a game-changing invention that rewrote the rules of warfare and crime. The first recorded use of gunpowder in warfare dates back to 9th century China, but it wasn't until the 15th century, with the advent of the matchlock musket, that firearms began to rival the sword's authority. These rudimentary weapons, though cumbersome and slow to reload, signaled a shift. No longer did the victor need to be a skilled swordsman. Now even a novice could wield lethal force. Firearms continued to evolve, rapidly undergoing a series of technological advancements. The development of flintlock mechanisms allowed for faster firing, while rifling inside gun barrels increased accuracy and range. By the 19th century, the introduction of breech loading and repeating rifles had effectively sealed the sword's fate as the primary weapon on the battlefield. Notably, the Colt revolver and later the Winchester rifle became icons of the American frontier, underscoring how firearms were shaping not just warfare, but also the expanding territories of nations. In the realm of crime, firearms brought forth a new era of lawlessness and fear. Famous outlaws like Jesse James and Billy the Kid became legends, their names synonymous with both the romance and brutality of the gun. The rapid fire of the Tommy gun, romanticized by Hollywood, became emblematic of the 1920s gangsters, illustrating how firearms were not only tools of war, but also instruments of organized crime. They enabled acts of violence that spread fear far beyond the reach of blades, marking a critical evolution in criminal tactics and the strategies employed by law enforcement to counter them. Moving into the modern age, firearms continue to evolve, becoming more sophisticated and accessible. Semi-automatics and assault rifles, once confined to the military, have entered civilian markets, raising questions and debates on regulation and control. Meanwhile, technological advancements have not ceased. Smart guns that only fire in the hands of authorized users and other innovations present a glimpse into the future of weaponry, a future where technology might yet again redefine the nature of crime and self-defense. The evolution from swords to firearms reflects more than just changes in technology. It mirrors shifts in human society and the nature of conflict itself. With each advancement, we have seen impacts not only on the battlefield but also in civilian life, influencing culture, crime, and legislation. The sword, once a symbol of chivalry and personal combat, gave way to firearms that democratized force, altering the landscape of power permanently. In conclusion, the journey from swords to firearms is not simply the story of changing technology. It is a narrative of societal transformation, of how humans have sought to wield power and protect themselves throughout history. As we continue to innovate, the lessons from this evolution prompt us to consider not just the capabilities of our weapons, but the responsibilities that come with them. And as we look toward the future, the questions remain. Reflection of humanity's enduring quest for balance between protection and destruction.